Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the first development blog for the Cardinal Crusade. I've not done one of these before, so I don't really know what I'm doing. If it goes well, I'll make more, like maybe once a week, or actually there probably won't be any sort of time frame on these because the development speeds vary a lot depending on life and general distractions. But yeah, if no one likes it, I'll just stop making them after this one. But yeah, this is the project for the Cardinal Crusade. As you can see, we're using GameMaker to make it. My skin is probably different to what you're normally seeing. Basically, those buttons don't show. But yeah, it's still GameMaker. But yeah, so we use GameMaker to make the game, and in terms of our list, we're just using Trello to sort of list tasks and say what's been done and everything. So it's me, Nathan, and Anton, who is from Sweden, as well as Rob, who is from the UK, I believe. I'm on programming, Anton is doing the graphics, and Rob is on music and sounds. So I'll step you through the project a little bit here, I guess. In terms of how far we are, this is the game here at the moment. As you can see, this is our level select screen. This is for the first sort of set of levels. If you hit the arrow there, then you can jump over to the sort of starting area. And that's sort of how the level select will work. When there's more worlds, you'll be able to hit the arrow and go across to see all those extra levels, and basically you'll be able to play whichever level you want, whenever you want. These buttons don't start gold, they actually start grey, the same as this one over here, and they don't shine normally. Same with this display box up top as well. Those change colours according to if you've completed the level or not. Once you've completed a level without all the coins or the token, it turns green, this stays grey, and once you have all the coins and the token and you've completed the level, the level sort of selection button turns gold, and so does the display box. It's just sort of, yeah, you finished it, and it makes it easier to track. These little guys down here are cutscenes. There's a couple of those in between the levels. And there'll probably be less of those within the other worlds, but because this is sort of like the starting world, there's a few bits and pieces in there just to sort of get the story rolling. What the game actually is it's a story-based, I guess say action platformer. There's a few puzzle elements in there, not many at the moment. And I can't say how many will be in there because we really don't know at this stage. But yeah, I guess it's sort of puzzly in a way. We are going to be hiding things throughout the levels, be those secret levels or little Easter eggs, that sort of thing. They'll be hidden throughout the levels. You may have seen a video before of exploding walls. Those are sort of scattered throughout the different levels. Which will hide different things, and things will be hidden in other places as well. But yeah, may as well jump to a level so that you can sort of see what's going on. That's the cool little transition there. This is sort of level 1. As you can see, you've got a few sounds in place. The sounds aren't final or complete, like there's still sounds to be added. Sounds may be changed, it's still fairly on in development. Fairly early on in development, that's what I meant to say there. But yeah, I made these plants move for fun. That's cool. This down here is sort of a basic enemy. I'm just going to make myself invincible so I don't have to deal with him. As you can see, he runs around. And that's basically it. Basically when he touches you, he hurts you. And I think it's a 2-hit kill, yeah. So you hit him and he dies. And then there's blood on the ground and body parts and stuff as well. You can pick this one up, as you can see, and you can throw those as well, which is a bit of fun. That sort of comes into play a bit later. You can sort of hurt the enemies with these. They don't do a lot of damage, but they do knock them a little bit. Yeah, carry that around and throw them around as well. Oh yeah, attacking, as you can see, works, jumping, moving, and if you attack while you're in the air, you do this sort of air lunge thing, which can help you attack mid-air targets as well as crossing larger gaps. I'm pretty sure you can make these, yeah. There are some gaps in the game where you do actually need to do that to make it across. But yeah, when you finish a level, this guy shows up. Level complete. The first set of flags is just saying you completed the level. Second set is you've completed all the coins, and the third set is you didn't take any damage and therefore earned yourself the token. As you can see, we are displaying controls here. I made some fancy color controls. Oh, and the game has gamepad support as well. So if I turn on my gamepad, you can see the control text down here swaps out to show different things. So we can go back to the level select, pick a different level, or whatever you want to do there. Alright, so yeah, the game has currently, 10 levels. This is the boss. I won't show you that, just not to spoil things, but yeah. At the moment it's got 10 levels. Each world will include about 10 levels. It isn't necessarily locked to 10, but we will see what happens with that. But yeah, all this is contained within this monstrosity of a project. Trying to keep it as organized as possible, but there's just so much stuff in here now, especially within the scripts. There's just scripts for days, with systems being made for everything to try and make everything like work and everything. But yeah, if you're ever working on a big project like this, I highly advise you try and keep your project as organized as possible, because I mean, let me just expand the resource tree. Imagine all of this stuff not organized. Like what an absolute nightmare that would be. There's just so much stuff in this project, and we haven't even finished World 1 yet. Oh, I mean, we're close to finishing World 1, but I mean, there's still plenty to add for the other worlds that will be added to the game. So yeah, it's big now, it's only going to get bigger. So yeah, if you're ever working on a big project, just make yourself some folders. If you don't know how to do that, right click, go create group. It's beautiful, and it will save you many headaches. But yeah, as you can see, we've got sprites, lots and lots of sprites. You saw scripts. In terms of how the platforming and everything works, my engine called N-Tape, or framework, not really engine, basically it's a set of scripts that I created a while back. Made some videos on the channel for that. Since then I've dumbed it down to just the bare essentials, because all the extra stuff I decided just wasn't worth having and I didn't need it. But yeah, that supplies all the platforming, so jumping, moving, landing, climbing, all the, you know, generic platformer stuff is contained within basically this script. Wait, no, sorry, this one. And then I've got a few things that I added to it just to make it a bit easier to handle. The command console, which you saw before when I was turning on invincibility, is another system that I made recently. Basically, it's a command console for Game Maker, designed to work in basically any project. It's a command console, and you can add your own commands to it, which I have done here. So I've got things like toggling invincible, which you saw before. Basically, it's just a script which says, you know, change invincible to true, display a message saying what it did, and that's it. Commands can also include arguments as well, which is nice. So I basically, for the included commands, I did things like adding instance create. Like, that's a command that you can use, and you can create any instance that you have within your project so long as you type it correctly. And then it's got stuff like command history scrolling and blah blah blah, lots of different stuff. Speech engine, another thing I made. Basically, we have our scripts as included files within the game. Basically, they are just text files, as you can see. These names are used to display the character heads. Basically, the system reads the line, sees the name, those get mapped to a sprite. It removes that part, and then you're left with this, and that's what gets displayed. And that's just used to display the sprite itself. And then that also has the ability to accept commands within the scripts themselves. So if I jump into this one, for example, you can see just here I'm using an RGB, as in red, green, blue command here, to change the color of the text when it displays the jump key, which is also a command. So that's cool, we can do that. Oh, that gets removed, obviously, so instead of saying jump by pressing and then random characters, it'll say jump by pressing and then whatever key is mapped to that. So I think it's Z by default on the keyboard, so it'll show Z in like a greenish color. In fact, I could show you that now. Jump in here, run across a little bit, and here he is. And as you can see, it's a green Z. And you can change the control maps in here. So if I jump in here, you can see jump is Z. So you can change that to D instead. Now it says D, jump out, go back into him, and you can see it says press D to continue now instead of Z. And if I run through the text, you can see it says D there rather than Z. So that's cool. What else? Smooth view. A thing I made a long time ago. Basically, it moves the view smoothly from point to point. So instead of being this jagged thing that follows the player, it lags behind the player a little bit, and then is constantly catching up with him and makes things look nice and smooth. And then everything else is just basically systems that make the game do stuff like level selection and all that. Lots of scripts within the entire game. We have enemies. That's just a swamp. There'll be plenty more later on. Yeah, the game's full of stuff already. But yeah, I mean, in terms of where we're up to now, I think we're close to finishing World 1, which may or may not include a public playable demo over on GameJolt. We haven't made a final decision as to whether that will be a thing yet, but yeah, it's highly possible that we will be releasing a playable public beta demo build thing. I don't like the word beta, I feel like it's misused, so I'm just going to say demo. So that people can play it and let us know what they think, be it good or bad. And if any major bugs show up, we find them early, rather than finding them midway through development and breaking everything. We're doing 15 minutes now. I don't really know what I'm doing with development blogs. I thought about doing a face cam, but then I thought, would people even want to see my face? Like, who cares about my face, right? But yeah, this is the project so far. Let me know if you think I should do more of these. If you've got any tips for me making these, like things I should mention, or if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. If you did like this, leave a like so that way I'm aware that you enjoyed it. Because that way I'll keep making more if people like it. If people don't like it, there's probably no point. But yeah, this will be it for my first development blog. I hope you enjoyed my ramblings, and I hope you liked what you saw. Again, let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching, and I might see you in the next development vlog if there is one.